Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. So, it is Friday. We made it through another week. Very, very busy. Cars being fixed, cars being sold. It's been absolute mental this week. So, it's Friday. I'm not coming in tomorrow. I'm going to have the weekend off completely. As you can hear, a little bit croaky still. I'm always a little bit croaky, but today seems a bit sort of worse every now and then. But yeah, the summer and is on its way. So hopefully warm weather does help. Doesn't get cold and stuff as much. Anyway, what are we doing today? Well, first of all, we need to complete that race red Fiesta. Get it all back together, back on its wheels, back running right. It sounds really, really good. That was the problem, was that back rubber was rubbing against the belt a little bit. So, yeah, no damage done there. Just put it all back together. But that's the thing with it, is that noises and whining and stuff like that just drive me mad. It just drives me mad. I have to deal with them and have to sort them out. Excuse me. It's like the advisories. I just feel that it's my obligation and my sort of, I have to sort of get those advisories, any advisories done. If they're my car, if they're the customer's car, that's up to them. But if they're my cars that I'm selling, they have to be done, advisories and all these little bits and pieces. So once we get this done, I am going to bring in the red Fiesta, the flooded one. We're going to bring it in. We're going to start stripping it all down, get all that interior out, and find that water leak today. So, let's get cracking with this first. Let's do this. So guys, there we go. It is all back together. Yeah, no misfires. It runs. It's strange, those plugs. When you're taking those leads and plugs out, you've really got to make sure that they're sitting home and they're sitting in properly. Otherwise, you will get misfires with it. But yeah, absolutely fine now. So yeah, no misfires and no whining. Listen, absolutely quiet. It's exactly how it should be. So yeah, there we go. Right. Well, this one is completed. All done. All it needs is a good clean and some pictures, and that's it. This is going up for sale. Little 1.25 Fiesta, 5-door. Should definitely not hang around this one. So I'll keep you informed and let you know what happens. I'm not here tomorrow, Saturday, so I don't really want to list it today because I don't want the phone calls and messages about coming tomorrow. I'm not around this weekend, so I don't know yet. I'll have to see what the plan is and see what I can do. But for now, let's get this one outside the front and bring in the flood damaged red Fiesta next to this one. So yeah, the only trouble is it doesn't drive at the minute because it needs a new clutch. So I'll have to push it around, just push it in somehow in here so I can work on it. And then, yeah, because it needs a clutch. But I think I've got a Focus coming in on Monday for service. And I think he wants a timing belt water pump done as well. So I can't have that car on the ramp because that car's coming in Monday. So we'll have to do the work out here. So bear with me. I'll bring it in. Let's do this. So guys, there we go. The flood damaged Fiesta is in the workshop at last. Yeah, it was been sitting outside the front for quite a while next to that one. But yeah, finally we can absolutely jump onto this today and get all this. Basically, you know, this does need some work. This does need more or less all round. It needs some mechanical work. It needs a new clutch. It needs a timing belt, a water pump. I said to Cassie, who's going to be buying this one, I said to her, look, what I'll do is on this one, I can do the clutch, the timing belt, the full service, you know, just go all over the car and get it all done for her. Because she's not got a great budget, but I think it's still doable with what she's got and what she can afford. But the first thing we need to do on this car, absolutely first thing we need to do, is find out why this is leaking and where it's coming from. So to do that, really, I've got to take off the rear bumper and completely remove all the plastics and interior from the car. So I'm talking like sort of, you know, the plastics that sit all around there, because it's getting in the boot somehow. Do you know what I mean? So it's rather getting in the lights or it's getting behind the bumper, in the vents. We've got to find out what is going on and why it's doing it. The only way to do that is to, like I said, get all the interior out around the back end and then take it back outside, get a jet wash and then jet the wash the top so the water's running down. And then someone from the inside can see, you know, what is going on. And hopefully where the water's coming into the actual car itself. Quite common thing to happen on these. The Fiesta does it. The Focus, they do it. The Cougar, they do it. So, and it could be a number of things, or it could be just something really simple and easy. So we've just got to do that first. So I think what I'll do is I'll set you up. I'll get in there, start stripping everything out, because everything's got to come out anyway, because I'm swapping all the interior from this one, all the seats, the bench seats, the front driver seats, all the plastics, anything that's been affected by that mould that's in there, it's all going to come out and all going to be swapped with the silver donor car that's sitting just over there. And I'm going to swap all the stuff across. And that's what that donor car was for, to swap all the stuff over to fix these two cars. So, yeah, let's get cracking. I'll set you up. I want to start stripping this out. Let's do this. Right, guys, getting stuck into this one. So look, as you can see, all the panels now have been stripped away so we can try and see what is going on and where the water is coming in. Because it's coming in from somewhere, because look, you've got a bloody puddle in here. So it is definitely coming in from somewhere. But at this point, I can't see any indication. Because normally, when this happens, there's normally like a... So let's just say it's this side. Normally you see like a little line of like water, sort of... and it's sort of... You can tell the way the water's sort of running in. But over, on this at the back of this one, guys, I can't see nothing. So very, very strange. That I can't see anything. But... that's nothing really. There might just be because it's dried out over time and it's been sitting around. So yeah, that could be the case. We're still going to do a water test and we're still going to do that kind of side of it. But what I really want to do as well is I want to take this this headliner. I want to take it completely out. Just remove the whole thing. I've got to take off the brackets and the actual do you know the sun visors up there? These brackets, they're coming off. Look, you can see like they're a little bit sort of mouldy. So I'm swapping those out anyway. And I just think, just want to rule out maybe it's something to do with the washer jet that could be leaking up there. And if I take this off, you can really see up there, like obviously when the brackets are here, the guides there, the roof rails as well, you can really see everything. So I want to take that off next. So let's get set up, take that roof lining out, then I'll take it outside. No, we want to do I want to take this off? Do I have to take this off yet? Don't know if I don't know yet. I'll have to see. It could be coming from behind the bumper, but we'll see what's going on. We'll find it. We'll find this leak somewhere. So yeah, we've just got to do some tests, some water tests, and find out and trying to see. It's very difficult because you know it might be coming down through there somewhere. But it might, the water will always find a way because it's gravity fed. So it'll always sort of come downwards. Do you know what I mean? So it's trying to find that highest point where it's actually getting in. Yeah, I like it. I quite enjoy this because it's like you're trying to investigate something and trying to, like yesterday, where I found that noise coming from the race red Fiesta that we did. It's trying to find out, you know, trying to resolve the issue and the problem. And this is exactly, you know, I like doing this kind of thing. So I'll set you up. Let's get this roof liner out next and then take it outside and do the water test and see if we can see it. So bear with me, guys. Let's do this. So there we go. That is the roof liner out the way. And actually, it's in pretty good condition. It's not mouldy at all. Just need a good wipe over, I suppose. Just marks, like obviously wear and tear marks, but no actual mould on there. You can see how mouldy that bloody seat is. Look, that bench seat. So, but I don't really necessarily need to clean it because we've got the other one from the donor car. So yeah, but at least it's out now. I can actually see all up underneath, all down here, all right round, and seeing where it is actually coming in. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Anyway, I'm going to leave the bumper on while I do the test. I'm also going to leave the lights in place while we do the test, and then shut the boot, and then that will give us a good indication then, hopefully, as to where the water's coming in from, and then we'll go from there and continue, and I'll show you. But I need to get it outside now, do the water test, and hopefully I can show you guys exactly where it's coming from. I might just put that rubber around the boot tailgate, put the rubber gasket back in place just to sort of help it, because I don't want it to be, I don't want false readings or false leaks, basically. So I'm going to put that rubber back in place, so that'll help. So let me get it outside, start the leak test, and we'll go from there. So yeah, bear with me, guys, and I'll see you in a bit. Right, okay, guys, the Fiesta is outside. I'm going to do the water test in a little while. Someone has asked me to do a service on a BMW, so I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to do a service on that, oil change, oil filters. Just want to quickly show you the boxes I've just got as well. These are storage boxes, and they're all going to go stacked up there on the shelving. And yeah, it's like that donor car, that Fiesta parts car. All the parts can go in the boxes. I can write on the side of the box what's in there, so I know what parts I've got for the Fiestas. And yeah, it'd just been nice and stacked and stored. So that's what I've got these boxes for. I think I paid like £5 a box. So yeah, £5 a box. Unbelievable. So yeah, that's that. Right, let's bring in the BMW. Let's get a service done on that, and then we'll continue. Let's do this. Right, guys, that's the BMW done. Little service out the way. Now I'm going to turn my attention to this. Let's see if we can work out where the leak's coming from. I've just used a jetter over the back end just to really drench it. Let's have a look. So, what I'm looking for any sort of spots where it can come through. Look, straight away, drips. You see those drips? See that? Dripping. So that's one bit. Looks like it's coming around the light. I reckon that's coming from around the light. Down there as well. In that corner. It's coming from there. So it is dripping through actually in a couple of spaces. So I really want to get, I need to get up there. I want to look to see exactly where it's coming from. That could be just where the gasket is, I think. Maybe that's dripping down that bit there. Not sealed properly. I'm really drenching it, proper soaking it. But I need to do that because I want to see what's going on. But yeah, so it looks like we've got a couple of places it's coming through. I'll keep drenching it, I'll keep checking it, and then I'm going to open the boot and then I'm going to check it to see where it actually is coming from. And then once I've done that, I'll come back to you. But yeah, at least we're getting there. We are slowly getting there where it's coming through. Let me soak it up again, and then yeah, I'll come back to you with what I find. I think it's coming from the lights, both sides of the lights, and that bottom vent on behind the bumper. I think it's coming from there. Don't think that one. I think that's dry. That one there, that vent. But this one, I think, is leaking. So I reckon both lights and the vent on that driver's side is leaking. So it looks like we'll take the bumper off. We'll do all that. But yeah, let me come back to you in a minute. Right, okay, so guys, I've brought her inside, and I think I've worked out where it's dripping from. I think it's coming from each light. I thought it was, and I think it's coming from that main bolt at the top. But I really want to take the lights off next, get behind there. You can see that the water's pooling here. See it there? So it's obviously coming, it's got a bit here, there, and runs round. So that's what it was obviously doing. It was obviously running round there and then running down here and then running into the boot there. I'd say this side's worse than this side, but it's like running, it's actually running the back of this, so it's up here. So I think it's running down there behind this bolt here, or the actual rubber. There's like a, behind this light, there's like a rubber gasket or some sort of gasket that holds it tight. I think it always fails behind that as well. So I think what I'm going to do is whip these lights out, take the bumper off as well, because we're going to do the vents behind the bumper. We'll do the lights. We'll seal it all up, dry it over the week. Oh, have I got any? Oh, I don't think I've got any mastic. I don't think I've got enough mastic to do it. So let's just get it off. I'll set you up. Let's get these lights off, get the bumper off, and then we'll go from there. But I think we've sussed it. I think we've done it. None of this is leaking at the top here. None of these brackets are leaking, these connectors. Nothing like that. It's completely dry. I've checked all that stuff. So, yeah. The next thing is the lights. So I'll set you up, guys. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys, so after taking the lights off both sides, taking the bumper completely out of the way, still really can't, you can't really get behind the boxing of the actual bodywork. Do you know what I mean? So trying to trace the leak back or trying to trace the leak higher is becoming a bit of an issue. But there is telltale signs that there is water definitely coming in from this top area. I think it's very, very slightly seeping through this seam sealer around the top of that bit there, through these top bolts as well for the headlights. I don't think that seam sealer is pretty good, so I don't think that's the issue. That's not going to be the issue. I've looked underneath there. That's not going to be the issue. There's no water coming through there on that seam there. All these are good. They're all sealed. There's no water. There's no water dripping anywhere. I'd feel it. But it starts at about here, about this height, on both sides. So again, I reckon it's possibly coming through this seam sealer here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to completely clean it up all the way around. Put some seam sealer around this point here, around there. Reseal these for the bolts. Probably put some seam sealer around here as well, around here, around there. Because the seam sealer that I use, it's paintable. It's got flex, but it's still paintable once it dries up. So, yeah, I'm going to probably do that and then spray it in the same colour. Silicone these top screws and that sort of stuff in. The headlights, not headlights, the back rear, these tail lights, I don't think no water's getting into there, because you can see like how clean it is around here. I'd probably be able to see an indication of water running down, but I don't think it's getting in there. But whilst we've got it off, we may as well re-silicone that, put some silicone around there to help that as well. Take these vents out, clean up all around it, remove stuff like that, and then re-silicone these. I don't think it's getting in through there, but it's worth just putting some mastic around the top part, so that if the water runs down, it sort of hits the mastic and then runs around it or something like that. So yeah, there is some areas that I want to hit and do and sort out, and then all we could do is leave that like that, leave it for a few days, and then put it all back together. Put the tail lights back in. I keep saying headlights. Put the tail lights back in place, and then just retest it, recheck it, get it wet again, and then see the results after that. Fingers crossed, you know, that it's going to do one of them and it's going to solve it. So yeah, that's where we are with it. Unfortunately, I've run out of time again today. I have done loads as well. We've done loads on this. Also, we worked on the BMW as well today, but I've just run out of time. My throat's hurting as well. So I'm going to call it a day. That's going to be the end of today's video, guys. The end of the videos for this week. We're back on it next week. So have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you soon.